Happy birthday and happy new year, Capricorn. Welcome to your RuneScope for teen with me. My name is Amanda. Just want to quickly remind you to check out the video for your rising sign as well. That can be a way that you can get a bit more accurate information with these very general sun sign readings. However, if you want to talk about or get a viewpoint on what will be coming up for you personally, the only way to do that is to really schedule an appointment with me. That way I can connect with your energy and your guides. I do those on Skype. It's $5 for a 3-minute session. Drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video if you want to set that up. It can take me a few days to get back to you, so please do be patient. I promise I will get back with you and schedule. I answer those in the order they are received. Also wanted to mention that I'm thinking about doing an online rune class, probably in February. I'm still kind of working out the details. If that's something you would be interested in, drop me a line also at the same email address and just let me know. And then when I have the details and all of that figured out, I will drop those people a line and let them know. If you're already contacting me to schedule an appointment, just mention in the email also that you would be interested in learning how to read runes and interested in taking the rune class, then I will get back to you when I have those details figured out and decide for sure if I'm going to do it. So also I just wanted to take a moment in the new year here to thank all of you for liking, subscribing, and sharing videos, to regulars who schedule appointments and who I get to talk to, on a more regular basis. Thank you so much for contacting me and for watching me, and I really appreciate that. So just wanted to let everyone know that. And if this is your first time watching the channel, welcome. I did ask the tarot if they wanted to go first or second for Capricorns, and they decided that they wanted to cover life through first. So we're going to start with the runes, and the runes are going to be looking at January for you, Capricorn. So let's get going here and see what's going to be coming up for you guys. It seems like some of you may be dealing with or focusing on fairness, or karmic stuff, because this is the rune of legalities, but it's also the rune of justice, karmic justice. So some of you find that you are focusing on finally reaping the benefits of a lesson that you've learned. But the way you're going to kind of do that is that the lesson that you've gone through, what usually happens is you're thrown that same challenge again. And, you can either handle it the same way you've always handled it or handle it differently. So for those of you, if you are in the middle of a situation that has been testing or difficult, some of you, this may be a legal case, this may be a divorce, this may be something that you've been dealing with for a while, and you've tried to be patient, because this is also a rune of patience. If you can be patient, you are going to reap the reward from that. But it can be difficult when we're frustrated with a situation and just want it to come to an end, and that is especially true if it comes to legal situations or a goal that we are trying to reach. But given the other runes, I feel like for a lot of you, this will be dealing with a relationship issue, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but any relationship that has proved to be a test for you. And sometimes people come into our lives in all kinds of capacities just to be a lesson for us. So I feel like Capricorn, some of you are dealing with this, but I feel like it could be a pattern in relationships that you are dealing with. So maybe it's a pattern with this person or this type of person or this type of relationship, whether it's a work relationship, family relationship, romantic relationship. January appears to be a time for you to break the pattern, break the mold. So, and it'll be different for all of you, but whatever you've done before, when you see it's not working, it's time to change that up. And, we get into habits of handling things a certain way, whether or not they're the most beneficial. So, and I think you will have realized that. So, maybe the way to kind of break out of this holding pattern is to change how you're dealing your reactions to someone, or how you're handling a certain relationship or situation that involves balancing or karmic justice, fairness in some way. I do see joy coming for you though. So you are going to get the result that you want. So if this is a legal case, Capricorn, I do think that by the end of June, this will be finished up because again, I see you getting what you want, getting the result that you want, being very happy with how this works out, and achieving a goal. For those of you that this is a project or a goal that's just taken a lot of your patience and time, and you've been waiting to kind of reap the benefits from that. You are going to reach a goal. For whatever goals that you have, Capricorn, you will be working very hard to achieve those. But that will be well worth it, because you will get the result that you want. And Capricorns, you don't really shirk hard work. You don't mind that. You expect to work hard for what you get. So definitely joy in that, in achieving what you want. So in January, if it seems like, things have slowed down, or, if maybe you are feeling like, a situation never change, it is going to change for the better. And it's directly connected or correlating to how you handle it differently than you have before, Capricorn. Help that's going to be available to you is actually any delays on achieving something are giving you a time out. So I do feel like you will get time to kind of think about this. You'll get time. I don't feel like you'll be pressed into action or forced to take action. Some of you be thinking of making a big shift or change. This could involve a move, a trip, or travel of some sort. You could be thinking of leaving a job, or some of you be even moving to a different country. And, you'll be taking some time out to think about this. And that's what the runes are suggesting, is that, definitely take your time with that. Any big decisions that you have to make the first 6 months of being, take the time you need to think those out. Don't let someone pressure you into making a decision. I feel like some of you will be pressured into, deciding something more quickly than you are ready to. Don't let anyone force that on you, Capricorn, because I feel like you can take all of the time that you need to figure it out. Delays are working to your benefit the first 6 months, even though it'd be frustrating. And these runes are all kind of connected here, the patience rune and then these delay runes. A goal is still achievable. So these little hiccups are things that, if there's a project that you're working on the first 6 months at work, you run into some snags, but that's okay. Those are actually going to help you, lead you to the solution to the problem. Same if it's a relationship situation, any snags or hiccups or issues you encounter, may slow you down a little bit. Maybe something was progressing too fast if it's a new relationship. And maybe someone's uncomfortable with that, either you or the other person. So any kind of hiccups will maybe slow down the progress of that, just enough for you to kind of get your bearings. So remember that, Capricorn. Delays, while they're frustrating, they're always there for a reason. They're always happening to either keep us from doing something we're not ready for, or to see things in a new way, or to find the solution, the actual solution to the problem. What has to be accepted the first 6 months? And this is the placement of something that can't be changed. And this is dealing with another person. But because it's coming up in your reading, obviously it's affecting you. I do have a male energy coming up, somebody who's being shirking responsibility. Now, this can be somebody who's shirking responsibility at work, at school. Maybe it's your son, or someone that you're responsible for. Maybe it is your husband or your boyfriend, or your dad. It'll be different for everyone, obviously. But this could be somebody who is just not following through, not putting in any effort when it comes to a project, a relationship, or a situation. Maybe it's somebody that you had sought out to help you. Maybe this is a lawyer for some of you, going back to this legal situation. Maybe you don't feel that they're putting in, maybe you feel like they're causing the delays, What I am seeing, though, is that whoever this is, this situation is not going to stay this way. There may be some shocking news around this person or about this person, or something that kind of shakes up the situation. But for you, Capricorn, I feel like this will be a victory, because we have the Soulmate, which is the sun rune, coming up next to this also. So for you, it's going to be a victory, but for this other person, not so much. And this seems to be going on the first 6 months. Energies will be different for all of you because you're all dealing with the same kind of theme. So certainly what happens for 6 months for some of you, carry over into the second 6 months. So, I mean, just kind of keep in mind that whatever I talk about in both sections, 20, it's the whole year. So for a lot of you, it'd be kind of reversed. Some of you, but more than likely, it'll kind of be a blend of the two, but certainly, the energies are not completely confined to their 6-month periods. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, this disruption, though, I feel like this is a lesson for someone else, but you're kind of caught in that net. So if somebody has been shirking responsibility, not putting forth the effort in a relationship or their job, there's going to be a karmic payback for that. So this is what I'm getting from, especially this first 6 months, Capricorn, is that this is a very karmic year for you, but mostly for someone else. I kind of feel like a lot of the first 6 months, you're kind of reacting to someone else's issues or someone else's behavior. But, and some things come out that were hidden from you that you didn't realize that are quite shocking regarding this other person. So, but as far as you, the first 6 months, I see you feeling like you are victorious again, like you are going to win out over the opposition. If any of you are concerned about health in the first 6 months of being Capricorn, you have strong runes of recovery. So I feel, if you feel like someone is not helping you, whether this is a doctor or a lawyer or a specialist or someone, that you've sought out for their advice and you feel like they're not putting in the effort, then definitely consult other people. Because I feel like, as long as you kind of got rid of anyone who's not helping you out, you will get to the root of the problem. But whatever you are dealing with, those of you with health issues, you'll be able to overcome that, most of you. Because again, you have those strong runes of recovery, or at least treatment. You'll be able to find a decent treatment that helps you with what be ailing you the first 6 months. Same if you're dealing with health problems with someone you care about, a parent or a child, a loved one. If you're taking taking over the reins to help them with their health issues, this would be for them as well. So, but yeah, very good health runes here, especially for the early part of Capricorn. But let's move on to the tarot and the second half of the year for through. Your focus is going to be on spiritual things, Capricorn, and intuition. For some of you, this manifests in a lot of different ways. For some of you, it'd be dreams. It'd be something like this. You learn how to, read the tarot or read runes or use a pendulum or, any other form of divination. Or you just be studying things. Those of you who are looking at health issues, you'd be looking more into holistic measures to deal with certain health issues. But you'll no longer be putting off your spiritual development, Capricorn. And if you're watching this, you're most likely already interested in pursuing that. But the second half of next year is going to be a really strong time period for, pursuing this and going about it in a very proactive way. You'll be taking action. Now, some of you may have a woman in your life with the High Priestess. This is normally a very intuitive woman. She's a very independent woman, probably very spiritual in her own right, but this can be, she can be traditionally religious or somebody who does like what I do. She is normally very psychic, whether she believes in that or not. The High Priestess can come off sometimes, though, as rather cold. Because she doesn't let her emotions rule her. She's very much in control of her emotions. She has them, of course, and they are, very strong, obviously, because she is so intuitive. Emotion and intuition are very directly linked. But yeah, some of you maybe you hear from this woman and you haven't spoken to her in a while. So for you guys out there, this is a woman that you meet that you are interested in pursuing a relationship with. But she is, she's definitely a leader rather than a follower. And for ladies, I mean, this could be a friend, or, if you are gay, this could be a romantic interest, but this is someone who is, don't let her fool you. She's not cold, but she initially come off that way, just as very unemotional. This, for a lot of you who are choosing to further your spiritual knowledge, this could be a teacher or a mentor, or someone that you meet in a class, or someone that you feel is, on the spiritual path that you would like to follow. So this is someone that you would look up to. There will be also a resurrection. We have judgment. And again, carrying over, it's always interesting how these pan out, because we had the justice throne and now we have judgment. Now, judgment talks about making a decision. It talks about fairness as well and balance, but it's also making a decision concerning something or an issue or a relationship or a situation from the past that has been resurrected. It does deal with resurrection. What's interesting is we have resurrection followed by the death card, reversed. So this is something that maybe you've wanted to get rid of, wanted to go away, a situation you've wanted to die, essentially, that just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. You will have the power in the second half of Team Capricorn to make a decision that finally ends this. It finally, at least for you, with this in the reverse, it indicates to me that there will be some people who continue dealing with this and going on with it, but you're done. You can make the decision in the second half of the year and be like, look, I've said peace, I've done all I can do, I'm done with this situation, moving on. And I think you'll be supported in that decision, actually, Capricorn, by others. Help that's going to be available to you in the second part has to do with, and I apologize for the gunfire. I live next to the police academy, so I get to enjoy that almost on a daily basis. It's so soothing, especially when you're trying to connect with spirit. It's really helpful. I digress. Let me try to focus and see what message I'm getting here from the help that's going to be available to you. Someone who has been causing problems is going to be, all of her resources are going to be removed. And I say her because for most of you, this is going to be a Queen of Rods in the reverse. So this is normally a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. In the reverse, this can be somebody who is a troublemaker in the sense that she have erratic emotions. She'd be, somebody who just starts trouble for trouble's sake. She have a very bad temper. And so this be somebody who kind of lets loose on you, and somebody who has no right to do that. But this is actually a help. So, if there's somebody around you that you have been maybe unsure about, I think this is going to come out because, again, this is coming in as help to you. But I feel like you already know this person is a troublemaker. But the good news is that this person's energy or ability to affect you is going to be cut off. She will not be able to take any further actions to hurt you or upset you or harm you in any way. Now, for a lot of you, I think this would be a coworker, this would be a boss. I have some pentacles coming up here. So this may be somebody that you have to work with. And you're going to be able to, again, through this decision, stop her from causing you any harm. Now, for you Capricorn guys, this could be, a lover, a former lover, an ex, someone who has really kind of taken you for a ride here. She can be very much a drama mama, this woman, and kind of a bottomless pit when it comes to attention. Queen of Rods in reversed is an attention whore, pardon French, in the worst sense of that. But because she's in the reverse, you can feed that as much as you want, but it's never going to be filled. You'll just wear yourself out. And I feel like you'll be tired of having your energy drained, Capricorn, by whoever this person is. And for a lot of you, I do feel like it will be a family member or a work relationship. But somehow this decision you make, I feel like you are able to put a stop to this. You put a lid on it. Other people, if they want to deal with it, that's fine, but you're going to be done, and you're going to make that clear and make a decision to do that. So good for you. It definitely is necessary to do that. What can't be changed about the second half of the year, Capricorn, is that you are going to shine a light on someone's behavior. And this, for a lot of you, this will be talking about this person. I feel like whoever, this person's going to get defensive, but there is no defense for really their actions or the way they have behaved. So, but I feel like something you say with the Sun card is going to penetrate this. Now, for a lot of you, this may be a child, because the Sun card is, we do have children on the Sun card, and it always reminds me of children, kids. If you are a teacher, this would be a student that you're dealing with. Maybe you are, dealing with a situation that has been difficult, but you're able to find out what is maybe wrong with someone, what's causing the problem, if they've been acting out. But yeah, I feel like this is somebody you kind of see as inexperienced, younger than you. So it could be a sibling, a child, somebody that you, maybe even just a friend who's still kind of immature. We all have those friends. And Capricorn, you know what? You're born mature, really. I've seen a lot of Capricorn babies that are just, they're like little adults, even as babies. So, I mean, you really are born kind of mature already. You're ruled by Saturn, and that's a very serious planet. So, you're already kind of adult, even as children. But I do feel like this person get defensive, but whatever you say, no matter what the reaction is, just know that it penetrates the second half of teen. And it may not be just one conversation, it may be over a period of time. Or maybe it's just the way that someone treats you that illuminates for someone else who they really are. So this could be going back to this situation. So this could be family members or, a boss or, again, going back to this Queen of Rods, she's going to mess up big time. Whoever she is, in whatever situation, and however she's connected to you, it's going to work out in your favor. And it's interesting to me that you have the Sun card and the Sun rune in the same position for both parts of the year. And actually, there's correlation between all the runes and the positions here. So I almost feel like the first part of the year, you already know what's coming for the second part of the year, Capricorn. So definitely pay attention in the first 6 months, because I feel like while this is more in the mind and you kind of preparing for what's coming, you're already going to have an inclination, especially with this High Priestess card. Your intuition is going to be telling you, okay, I kind of imagined or dreamt or got some kind of vision of how this second half of the year is going to play out, how this is going to benefit me, the action I need to take. You're going to figure it out. I really get that very strongly here. With with the tarot essentially repeating the runes here. By the end of the year, a mock battle will have come to an end. Most definitely. And you will withdraw, Capricorn. Again, going back to this, I feel like most of you, the decision, you will be withdrawing from an ongoing. And I feel like this is not like it's not like a war. It's not like an awful actual physical battle. At least I hope not. For most of you, I feel like this is maybe a battle of words, arguments, conflict, things like that. But by the end of the year, you will have totally walked out of this. But it does seem like something that you're surrounded by. So that's why I feel like it's either a work or a family situation. Or again, a one-to-one relationship, a legal situation that you're trying to deal with here. All of that will have ended. And it's kind of because, again, someone is you block someone from hurting you anymore or hurting anyone else that you care about, Capricorn. It does seem to be kind of up to you to put an end to this. And you will. Those of you who are single, I do also want to mention that in the second half of the year, you are going to have a lot of options for meeting a new partner. So definitely get out and about starting from on. The Lover's card. The Lover's card does mean Gemini, so it's very possible there could be some good opportunities in as well, but especially in the second half of the year. If you're single, mingle. Because with the Seven of Cups, that means that, there'll be a lot of opportunities. And take some time to dream and visualize what you want in a partner. Especially if you've kind of gone through a situation with this person who is your ex or soon to be ex. Think about what you want next. And it's almost like that person will appear. Some of you, I think that there's going to be definitely it's a victory by the end of the year, but you're just waiting on. It's like someone tells you that they're going to do something that to you, you're so excited about and glad to hear, but you just have to wait on them to do it. And this is coming up as the Knight of Rods. So this is a fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And because he's coming up as a knight, it's somebody that, again, you would see as younger. So a child, a younger sibling, even an adult that maybe just acts immature. But they come to a decision that makes you very happy. You and a lot of people very happy. But this come after kind of like there's a lot of hurt feelings here, I feel like. And I feel like this is especially for those of you that this is a family situation. But a Queen of Cups comes up kind of in the middle of this, and that's a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. So there's going to be a new beginning for this. I feel like maybe this person facilitates a new beginning, or, maybe you are working with this person and you both kind of, through cooperation, move things into a new beginning. Because with the Four of Wands, I mean, that's like a happy event. That's celebration. So maybe this is talking about the holidays and the family finally coming together. There may be some awkwardness, or, maybe there's just a lot of stuff to talk about. If this is a work situation, it could be that this is somebody that you call in like a mediator, who's going to help you, either get out of this situation or deal with it in a new way. But yeah, I feel like any turmoil or issues in relationship, Capricorn, are going to be put to rest. Now, for some of you, this Knight of Rods become, maybe this new love interest, because when he's coming up next to the Four of Wands, this is somebody who is, very action oriented. He may be very athletic, definitely very passionate. He's coming up as a knight, but that doesn't mean he's going to be super young. He could very well be the same age. He'd be younger than some of you, but for you ladies, yeah, it could be a Knight of Rods. And for you guys, it could be a Queen of Cups, again, a water sign. But what I'm seeing here is that no matter who it is, there's going to be some baggage to work through. And given what you've gone through, that doesn't surprise me. But just remember, don't repeat those old patterns. Do it in a different way, and you'll be rewarded for that. So 15, there does seem to be, as far as your focus, it's the same issue through the whole year. But by the end, there seems to be a breakthrough, Capricorn, at least for you personally, and a possible new relationship, new partnership. Does not have to be love. It could be just a new partnership, a new job, a new beginning for you. But normally this is, an emotional partnership. Anyone from your past, Capricorn, coming in, it does seem like that would not be a good idea, because all of so if there was an ex-lover or this soon-to-be ex trying to come back, and I feel that you'll know this, but yeah, that would not be well started. It would kind of just be a repeat of the past. So again, remember, break those patterns, don't repeat them. And if you can do that, you're going to have a very successful and finally be able to put a problem to bed, or an issue to bed that has been plaguing you, maybe for a long time. But you're going to find a way to walk away from it and even help others to come to terms with it. And I think maybe even the person it concerns, either you're going to leave them behind or get them to see the truth of a situation. So that is what I see, Capricorn. I do hope that was helpful. Happy birthday again, and happy.